I think it's recording now.
All right. Please let's go on. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. So I was trying to explain why it's important that we, run paid advertising. The first reason is because the industry is crowded. The marketplace is filled with thousands and thousands of people that do similar businesses to you. Whatever business you're doing, even if you think it's a first of its kind, it's novel, trust me, there are thousands of other people that are doing the exact same thing that you're doing, and there are just so many other people that the competition is high. So you have to show up really, because I mean, when I go to search for some, when I want to buy something, I go to Google search is probably going to be my first point of contact, and I search for something. It's the person that shows up that I'm going to buy from. So it doesn't matter that you have a spectacular product, that your price is the best, that your packaging is top notch, that everything about your business is amazing. If you do not show up, then I cannot buy from you. So it's important that you show up because so many other people are showing up. I'm sure if we do a quick search on Google right now to search for a product, you will see thousands and thousands of results, but very few people are advertising, and you have to be one of them. You actually have to pay to be seen, because if you have a fantastic website but you do not
Now,
advertise,
breaking news. It's also a covenant day of all round rest.
okay. Hi Papa, sorry. Please, can every other person just mute if you're not speaking, so that we do not interrupt the session? Okay, so I was saying you need to advertise because so many other people are in the same industry. The market is crowded basically, and you need to pay to be seen. It doesn't matter that your website is amazing. If we do not see your ads, we won't know that you exist. And then the second point is that paid advertising helps you achieve your business goals. So it doesn't matter what you want to achieve, if it's sales, if it's traffic to your website, if it's subscription, if it's brand awareness, you can get all of that done via paid advertising. Another reason why paid advertising is important and you should be doing it is because it's measurable. So and that's one of the beauty of paid digital advertising. You can actually see what works and see what doesn't work. You can tell, you can measure the impact of the money you are spending and the effort you're putting into creating these campaigns. You can see, oh, this is the ad that is working, this is the creative that is not working. You can see how many people clicked, you can see how many people saw the ad, you can see how many people watched the video, you can see so many things, so yes, it's measurable. So you are sure that you're not just dashing Mark Zuckerberg your money. You can see what is going on. It's very measurable. And the fourth point is that you can have the right people see your ad at the right time. So this is important. Can you mute?
Yes, can we all mute, please? Hi. Hello, Abigail. Please, can you mute? Abigail and
I'm just going to
okay.
mute.
All right.
I'm going to mute if I need to. Okay, sorry. I'm going to mute if I need to. Okay. So please, if you want to speak, can you just unmute and then mute yourself after you speak, so that we don't have all these interferences. Thank you. Okay, back to my presentation. Am I still presenting my screen? Can you guys still see my screen? Please, you can unmute and tell me.
Yes.
You can still see my screen. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, Wumi, we can see the screen. Yeah, but Wumi should be on full screen.
Sorry?
Okay, that's taken care of.
Okay, I didn't get that. But, if you're a Mercury staff, you can just send me a message on Slack because I didn't get that. Sorry, please, everyone should please be muted. And I was saying, I was on the fourth point and I was trying to explain that with paid advertising, you can actually control the people that see your ads. You know, you can decide that this is the person I want to see my ad. I do not want this person to see my ad. You can specify, the actual people that you want to reach, your target audience. And the thing about these platforms is that they are amazing because I mean people use Google every day. People use Facebook, Instagram every day. So there's data that has been collected on almost everybody. I mean, if you are not on Google searching for something, you are in your Gmail or you're on Google Chrome or on YouTube, and these are all Google products. So with every Google product that you use, you are dropping little footprint of yourself, and then they can tell your age because you probably entered it when you were creating your Gmail account or your Facebook account. They can tell what point you are in your life circle, maybe based on the things that you're searching for. So for example, a pregnant woman will most likely be searching for things on Google about pregnancy. What size is my baby at this point? Why is this happening? So with every query that you put into Google search, you're dropping hints and hints and hints about who you are really. When you're job hunting, you probably go to Jobberman. So Google can already tell from the site you're visiting that this person is unemployed, this person is looking for a job. And with all this data that have been collected on you, they can now create a profile for you. So when I come as a brand and I want to advertise, and I put in all these targeting metrics, they can already tell. They go into their folder, and I mean, this is not how they do it, but I'm just trying to visualize it. So they go into maybe one room called Google footprint room. They go through the folder for job hunting. They pick out the people that have been job hunting, and then they show my ads to them. So the targeting is really, it's specific. They can tell you this is the number of people that you will reach in
Is
this task.
database.
Exactly, thank you. Database, sorry, not Google Room. Of course I knew that. So yeah, so they have all this data on people that they can show your ads to, so it's really targeted. um and then also you can show the right messages. You can decide that, oh, I'm running a promo, I want to let people know that I'm running a promo. And you can decide what time. You can decide, what, I want my ads to run only on the weekdays when people are at the office, or I want it to run on the weekend. So you can determine all these things. Is really under your control. um and it also feeds into the last point. You can control what people see. You can control what, please can this person mute, whoever is unmuted. So you can control what people see about your business. I mean, this also, a good example is, say, maybe a brand that has some bad PR running about them, and it's really gaining traction. You can decide that, I'm going to run paid ads so that when people search for me, they won't see this bad news that is circulating. They will see, the first thing they will see about me is an ad that says these wonderful things about me. So you can actually control what people say about your brand with paid advertising. I mean, there are so many other reasons, but because of our time, which is already fast spent, I'll just move on to other things. So what exactly is pay-per-click advertising? So basically, pay-per-click is the term used for paid advertising. And it simply means, so you might hear pay-per-click, you might hear PPC, it all means the same thing. And it's really just a form of advertising where you pay a particular platform a certain amount to show your ads to people that you have specified. So pay per click is really how the term connotes, it's you pay for each click or impression or views or action. So pay per click is an advertising mechanism that helps you pay a platform to see your ads. And it's mostly self-service. So what this means is that you actually do the work, in the sense that you put in your creative, you put in the amount you want to pay, you put in the people you want to reach, you really specify everything. You put in your description, your text, your link where you want people to go. You set it up yourself, and then the platform takes this information that you're giving them and start to show it to people. So really, it's self-service in that you can actually set it up yourself and manage it. Now, this is just a few elements of paid advertising. So the first one is creative. So this applies to display advertising and Facebook advertising. So you would notice that when you go on websites or on Facebook or on Instagram, you see all these banner ads. That's what the creative is. And creative is really important because, I mean, people are mostly visual, and you want your creative, your ads to be attractive, based on the creative that you use. Another element of paid advertising is the messaging. So what messaging are you trying to pass across? What are you trying to say with your ad? It has to be concise. As you know, people do not exactly enjoy reading long text. So when you're putting your ad out there, you have to be mindful of, I mean, the length of your text, what you're communicating, the kinds of words that you use, whether they are persuasive enough and things like that. There's also targeting, which I already spoke about, so I won't talk about that anymore. There's the budget, so you can determine how much you want to spend per day, per week, per month on your ad. And the best thing about this platform is they do not spend more than what you're specified. So you can determine that, what, I want to spend 50K in 1 week. Google will spend 50K in 1 week. They won't spend above, they won't spend below. They will ensure that they max out your 50K to get you the result that you want. Same with Facebook. So you determine your budget. And then landing page. Landing page is really important. So landing page is basically where people land after they click on your ad. So it's important that your landing page is optimized, is fast. It doesn't take hours and hours to load. And then it's relevant to your ad. So now if I see a creative that says, oh, this is a very lovely shoe, do you want to buy? And I click and I go to the landing page and I'm saying things about laptop, you can be very sure that I won't spend 5 seconds on the site. I would actually just move on because it's not relevant. I clicked the ad because I wanted to buy a shoe. Why are you showing me a laptop? So your landing page is very important. And of course, I mean, everybody here obviously has a seller account. If not, that means we don't understand how you got in here, because you're supposed to be all seller merchant. So I mean, it makes sense that when you run a Facebook ad, when you run a Google ad, your landing page should actually be your seller website so that people can just complete a purchase. And there is also call to action. So when you're running an ad, there should always be a call to action. So when I see this ad, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to buy? Do you want me to download something? Do you want me to watch a video? Do you want me to just visit your website? So it's important that there is a call to action. And some other things that are not here are keywords. So this relates to search ads. So with the way search ad runs, and we're going to go through how to create a search campaign via Google. So a search ad uses keywords. So when you create a search campaign, the way people find you is via the keyword. So with Facebook, with Instagram, with display, it works with interest. So people don't exactly find you, you find them. you know, and that's why search is best for performance campaigns, because now you're not just randomly showing your ads to people that you think will be interested in it. People are actually finding you via the keywords that they into Google search. So that's how search works, and that's the first ad we're going to create, because it is best for, you know, performance campaign. And when I say performance campaigns, I mean if you want to drive sales, if you want people to complete an action, the best campaign type to set up is a Google search campaign, because now so I'm a customer, I go to Google search and I say I want to buy a dress. Your ad shows up. I am more likely to complete the purchase than if I'm just scrolling through my Instagram and I see your ad. I wasn't exactly looking for you. I mean, I might want to buy a dress, but I wasn't actively looking for you. So the probability of me actually buying from that Instagram ad is a little bit lower than if I go to Google search, you know, and I type in, I want to buy a dress. That means I'm actually intentional about it. So with Google search, keyword is the means of being found. And when you're found, what shows up is a text, and it's called ad copy. So your ad copy is like the equivalent of creative with display advertising. So the ad copy is those lines of text that you see when you go to Google search. I mean, I'm still going to show you how a Google search ad looks like when we move away from this presentation section. So this is basically the element of paid advertising and paid ads. So how does pay-per-click advertising work? This is for a search campaign. Now, this is what I just explained. Now I go to Google search, I put in a keyword. My ad, because I've programmed, when I was setting up my campaign, I've programmed my ad to show up for these particular keywords. So when they put in that keywords on Google search, my ad shows up with the person that searched for that keyword. They click on it and they get to my website. That's the process. Now, there are different types of campaigns. There are different categories, and they are mostly divided into three. So there's the awareness, there's consideration, and there's conversions. Please, if you have any questions, you can just feel free to stop me and just ask so that I can clarify and we can move on. So feel free to ask questions if you do have. So there is the awareness campaign category, which, I mean, the name already connotes awareness. You just want people to know about you. You're not really interested in them buying anything or downloading anything or signing up or anything. You just want them to know about you. You just want to be seen. You know, you want them to remember you even when they are not on their devices. You know, and there are lots of brands that have done this in the past. The one that comes to mind is this bread freshening, I don't know whether it's chewing gum or sweet, one of the two, Chloride, that I keep seeing on YouTube. The ad is always playing. That's obviously an awareness campaign, because they won't ask you to do anything. They won't ask, there's really no call to action. Do you get? So they just want you to see and remember them so that when you're in the store and you think about, oh, you want to buy a sweet or a bread freshening, whatever it is, they are the first people that come to mind. That's what an awareness campaign is about. A consideration campaign is not exactly awareness, and it's not exactly conversion. So what you want to in a consideration campaign is basically you are trying to move customers from just knowing you to actually taking an action. So like visiting a website, that can be a consideration campaign goal, or filling a form or watching a video. I mean, they're not really making so much commitment like buying a product, you know, or downloading something, but they're basically just considering it, because I mean, if I go to a website, then I'm more likely to buy. So it has gone a step higher than awareness. Now you are getting them to consider actually doing something with your brand. So that's what the consideration campaign category is, or filling a form or watching a video. It doesn't really take so much for them to do. Now, for a conversion campaign, this campaign, you actually want them to complete an action. You want them to buy something. You want them to download something. You want them to place a call. So you can see that these are actual actions that, you know, will actually result in some kind of revenue for your business. So that's what a conversion campaign is. And a conversion campaign is, I mean, it's what every e-commerce brand or business should be looking towards implementing, because I mean, you want to sell. That's why you have your business set up. So a conversion campaign is the best campaign for you as a business owner. And that's what we're going to focus on in our practical session. Okay, I'm not sure this is going to play. It's actually a video. Nope. Not. Let me know if you can
Social
share.
media advertising isn't just a buzzword anymore. It's an amazing driver of leads and sales. Facebook, Twitter, and other social networks are filled with hundreds of millions of active consumers. Why wouldn't you take advantage? Paid social is very different from any other form of advertising, mainly because of how the ad is displayed. It appears as native content to the social medium. A Facebook ad will look like a Facebook user's post. Therefore, they're a lot less disruptive and generate much higher engagement. In fact, paid marketing ads on Facebook have over 8 times the click rate than regular web ads. Not bad, eh?
Hey guys, please can you let me know if you can share the video playing?
Yeah, but it just it's kind of faint, but I can hear a bit of what the video is saying.
Oh really?
You know, it's clear, but you know, it's just like playing video inside video. You know,
Exactly.
Zoom is already some kind of video call, so it's like playing video inside video, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. We can manage it.
Okay, you know, at the very worst, the video will be part of the document that will be shared with everyone, and everyone that have access to, you know, the content.
Okay, let me just save us some time and move on since it's not really clear.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about Facebook advertising, which is one of the most popular means of advertising because it's easy to use and it's accessible to everyone. I mean, if you have a Facebook account, then you have access to Facebook Ads Manager and you can create ads. You know, so it's easy, it's accessible, and it's cheap. So I mean, almost everyone has. Well, if you haven't created a Facebook ad before, you have seen one, and it's basically those ads that you see when you're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram. So Instagram is actually under Facebook. So whenever I say Facebook ads, I also mean Instagram ads. So we all know what Facebook ads look like, what Instagram ads look like. But for a business, you need to understand the different types of Facebook ads. So what I see is that a lot of people actually just they just promote a post. Really, you don't go to the Facebook Ads Manager backend or dashboard to create the right Facebook ad for your business. You just click the promote button on the Instagram post or on the Facebook post. It asks you to put your budget, your audience, and that's it. And you get a couple of likes, you get a couple of impressions, maybe you get some clicks, you know, but you can be more intentional about your Facebook ads. You can create the right Facebook ad for your business if you know, put in the time and the effort. So now, as we had said earlier, there are different categories of Facebook ads. There are the brand awareness ads, there's the concentration ads, and there's the conversion ads. I won't dwell too much on that. I'm going to move on, but if you have questions, please ask me. That's on Facebook ads. We'll go to the practical session. And then there's also Google ads, which I've already spoken about. I mean, you know, people are always going to Google search to search for one thing or the other, you know, so Google provides the advertising bit. So let me just explain that when you search for something on Google, there is the paid result and there is the organic result. The organic result is as a result of SEO. There are people that have done incredible work with their websites, with their content. So Google just puts them there for free. You don't have to pay to be there. But that takes lots and lots of work, both on your website, both content wise. There's a lot of optimization, and it also takes time. That's why they created the paid version of SEO, which is pay-per-click, where, okay, I just set up my website some weeks ago. I don't really have the time or the money, to invest in search engine optimization and putting out content on high authority websites. So, I just want to pay, like, I can quickly just show my ads on top. That's why the paid ads is there. You just pay for Google to show your business, to show your website to people that are searching for you. So basically, paid Google ads are fast, quick, and cheap alternative to SEO. And there are several types of Google ads. As I explained earlier, there is search ads, there's display, there's video. So video is the one that you see on YouTube and on websites. There is also display ads, which are ads that you see. Sorry? Is that a question?
Something is burning.
Okay, no. Please mute. Thank you. There is display ads, which are basically just banner ads, creatives that you see either in your Gmail or on your website, on Linda Ikeji, on Mela Naija, on Punch. Those little banners that you see are actually ads. There's remarketing ads. So when you go on Jumia to check out one TV that they just released, and then you leave, you're like, okay, you know what, I'm going to buy this TV next month, or I'll buy it in 3 months' time, or I'll buy when I get married. But then for the next 3 weeks or 1 month.
No, that one is civil service way. Though this girl gave me one. No.
Okay.
Habiba, my cousin gave me one.
Wumi, please, can you help me mute? I can't log in from my own backend. That's Hamid Bakari.
Yeah. Yes, that's me.
Yeah, please, I need you to mute. Thank you. All right, please, let's go. Yeah.
Okay. Presentation. Okay. So I was saying that I was trying to explain remarketing and I was saying that that TV that you went to check on Jumia and you said you were going to buy in 3 months. Now, what remarketing ad does is that the ad will follow you for like a month. So when you go on websites, when you open your phone, the ad is constantly there. That is remarketing ad. Basically, an ad that that marketers or advertisers program to remarket to people that have visited the site. So the idea behind it is that if you came to this site, that means you were actually interested in buying this product. And it takes time for people to make up their mind, and the idea is, okay, you're not ready to buy, but we'll keep reminding you until you're actually ready to come back and buy. And actually, remarketing ads can be annoying, but they're actually also effective, because when you keep seeing something that you had the intention to buy, you are more likely to buy from those people. So I'm more likely to buy that TV from Jumia when I'm ready than on Konga, who I haven't seen any ad from them in so long. So that's basically what remarketing ads do. There's also the shopping ads that you can feature your products on Google Shopping. There is also video ads. Okay, we already did video ads. Okay. So that's it. Does anybody have any question based on this? Anyone?
Hello.
Yeah,
Wumi. It's remarketing. Is it the same thing as retargeting?
Yes.
When you are running ads. So
it is the same thing. It just
okay.
Is there any other question? Anyone?
Hello, Wumi.
Hi.
All right. Coach Kubrat. Okay, so I'm thinking, Roy, can you please throw more light on the shopping ads?
Okay, so the reason why I didn't really touch on shopping ads is because so to set up shopping ads, you need to have your merchant center set up with Google and approved, which to be honest I've tried to do, but I haven't successfully done that. So but basically what shopping ad, let me see if I can you guys still see my screen? Can you still see my screen?
Yes, you can.
If I can see an example of shopping let's see, buy laptop online. There is no shopping ad here, but these are search ads. Let me see. Jumia. No shopping ads. I'm trying to figure out here an example. Okay, there is no example of shopping ads here, and to be honest, I haven't created one before, although I have tried, because I don't have my merchant center set up for any brand. But shopping ad is something that you can create. I can send you resources on it after this call if you would like to get started with shopping ads. I hope that helps.
All right, yeah, it does. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so okay, so that's that on the presentation. I'd like to go into
Right.
actual.
Hey, Wumi. Can we have maybe I can also chip in a word
Okay.
about shopping ads.
Okay, great. I have a colleague that has more experience on shopping ads.
Yeah, hi guys. Just very quickly. So shopping ads are like search ads. The only difference is that they show an image. So unlike search ads where you only see the text results, with shopping ads you see cards and you see the product image itself right on this search engine result page. So from there you can click on the product image and land on the product page on the advertiser's website and make the purchase. So the difference is that unlike your regular search ads where you only see text, with shopping ads, you see the product image itself right on the Google search result page, and then you can click and make purchase. And as Wumi mentioned, unlike search ads, you need to have something called a merchant center. And essentially, a merchant center just lets you list out the products you have, the images, and the pricing. And it's based on that that Google would show the results, the images, the prices, etc., right on the results page here. So that's essentially shopping ads. It's quite new and it's not very popular yet, but it's very, very powerful.
Thanks, Ayo. So I'm going to show us how to create a search campaign. Sorry, can anyone tell me how to remove this bar that is on top here? Do you have any idea?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
So can you see there's a zoom bar that is showing on top of my screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
How do I?
Yes.
Do you know how I can remove it without ending?
No. I think we can proceed with this. We can still see a good part of the screen. Can everyone see the screen clearly?
Yes.
All right. So
Good
Wumi, let's
question.
just proceed with this one.
Because blocking a particular type of text. Okay, so this is my Google Ads dashboard. Is anyone with their laptop so that you can actually try this along with me? Is anyone with their laptop? You can just go to ads.google.com. Is anyone doing that? Please let me know.
Yeah, I'm trying to on my PC.
Okay. Any other person? If you're going to so simply go to ads.google.com. If you haven't accessed Google Ads before, you'll be required to create an account, which is just as easy as signing in with your Gmail account. Is anyone at ads.google.com? Anybody? Nobody. So should we wait or should I move on? Just let me know if you want me to.
Yes, I'm trying to log on.
Okay. Okay. We're waiting for you then.
I think I will just write the steps down because I tried switching and the page will just go off.
So the page is going off.
If I leave the Zoom app, I can't come back in immediately. So maybe I'll just write down the steps as you're teaching.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I'm actually just going to start because our time is fast spent. So, I mean, everyone will receive this recording, so you can always go over it again. Okay, so this is my Google Ads account, and this is a new account I created today. So we're just going to start a new campaign. So the first thing I did was click new campaign. And so here we see the different campaign goals. Excuse me, and you're going to pick, so depending on what the goal for this campaign is, you select whichever one aligns. So because this is for, e-commerce brands, we're just going to pick sales. And so under sales, there are different campaign types that you can run. There is search, there's display, there's shopping, there's video, there's smart, and there's discovery. But as I said earlier, search is the most effective, when running a conversion campaign, a performance-based campaign. So I'm going to click search and I'm going to click continue. Decide what goal we're trying to reach. So do we want website visits? Do we want phone calls? Do we want store visits? Do we want we want we're going to go with visits, and we're going to put our website. So somebody got their business to be used for this experiment. Open your seller URL. Anybody can speak. First person to speak. Your seller store. Please, I need a seller store to use for this brand. You can just spell it out.
Hello?
Yes. I can hear you.
Hello, Wumi?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Should I spell it out?
Yes, please.
XHO.
S
X in shoe. XHO.
XHO.
PAZ.
Is it S or X?
S
Like
in
S.
shoe. S in shoe. S in shoe.
Sorry.
Shoppers Hub. Shoppers Hub.
Okay. I'm not sure.
SHO.
Okay.
PAZ.
PAZ.
HUB.
HUB. Okay.
Docella.com.
Great. Thank you. Okay, so the next step, this is to create a conversion action. Okay, this will require that you, so in running a conversion campaign, what makes it a conversion campaign is that you're tracking an action on your page. So you're supposed to generate a, the dashboard, your Google Ads will give you a line of codes that you install on your Seller store. So now this feature is actually coming to Seller very soon. And you get a code, you put on your dashboard and it tracks your conversion. This is going to be released to us pretty soon. And what we do here is basically you get the tracking code. You can either just copy it. You can copy the codes from here and put it on your store, or you can just email it to whoever is managing your store for you. But since we don't have that yet, we're just going to move on. Now the next thing is to name your campaign. So we can say Shoppers Hub LG TV, or we can just say TV.
There's an error in the spelling. It's shoppers. AZ. No H.
Okay.
No H. Yeah, good.
So I mean, your campaign name is basically for you to just know what campaign is running. So this doesn't show to your customers at all. Now you can choose to show your ads on both the search network and the display network. So actually, search ads also show up on websites and display sites. Sometimes you see a line of text on some website. That's actually a search ad. So you can choose to include or not. But we're going to include so that we don't miss out on any inventory. The next step is to decide when you want the ad to start and when you want it to end. So you can do that here. You can select the start date. Let's say we want it to start today. We want it to finish on the 30th of September. So it's going to run for a month. The next step would be to decide what locations we want to target. So you can decide to target Nigeria, or you can decide to narrow it down and target, let's say, urban areas like Lagos, Nigeria. You can target more than one state, so let's target Abuja. Let's target So these are basically just location targeting. These are the places where your ads will show up. So your ads will show up to people in this location. The next step is to, I mean, you don't have to fill this out, but because English is a generally spoken language, so you can just leave that part. So because you have the network that is also selected, you have to pick your audiences. So you can decide to pick audience based on affinity. So affinity is basically based on things that people's interest. So we're going to just put this here, and you can say you want to target people in the banking and finance industry. You can drill down to say people that invest. You can also say you want to target people based on their interest in art and theater, or based on business professionals and things like that. So you can just move on. You can just pick as many interests as you like based on what you think that your audiences are interested in and things like that. And you can just keep picking interests up. I'm not going to dwell too long because it's already past 12. The next step is to put in your budget. How much do you want to spend on this campaign? Let's say we want to spend 100K. Okay, this is your daily budget. So let's say we want to spend 10,000 per day. Can you guys hear me well?
I can, but your voice is a little lower than usual.
Even now?
Yeah. I mean, but I believe every other person can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, your voice is lower than usual. It's kind of blurry.
Okay, I'll try to speak out louder. I'm not sure if that's an internet thing now or the way I'm speaking, but I'll try to speak out louder. So what I just did was put in a daily budget for this campaign. The next step is to decide what you want to focus on, and of course the recommended focus for this campaign is conversions. So conversion is when somebody actually completes an action that you have specified. That's what a conversion means. And we would actually ask the system to maximize conversion for us. So instead of putting in an amount that you want to pay, we'll just tell the system, you know what, this is my budget for the day, 100K. I want you to get me as many conversions. So you must have specified your conversions when you're setting up your conversions tracking to decide, you know what, my conversion is a sale. So when somebody buys something and completes that sale. So when you typically buy something on the website, after you've completed your purchase, it will load a thank you page. So when you want to specify your conversion, you put the URL for that page to say that anytime somebody gets to this website, which indicates that they completed an action, that's when you should mark it as a conversion. So that's your conversion goal there. So when they get to maybe shoppershome.seller.ng/thank-you or /order complete. So when they get to a particular URL, then the system counts it as one conversion. So but in the beginning, we're telling the system that, you know what, get me as many conversions as you can within this 100.
What is pouring?
Sorry? Is that a question? Okay. I don't think so. So in this additional settings here, it says this is where you set up your conversion. So we already, when we're creating this campaign, we said that we want to track website sales as our conversion. There's also ad schedule. We decided that, you know what, I want my campaign to run only on Mondays between the times of, let's say, 5 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah, little bro.
So this is where you decide your ad schedule, how long, not how long, but the intervals, the days you want it to run. So you can add as many, and if you do not want to schedule it at all, you just leave this blank. If you leave this blank, it will show at all days and at all times. There's also the ad rotation. So when you're setting up your ad, it's usually it's advised that you set up as many ads as possible. So in our campaign structure, there is the campaign. So the campaign is this place where I put in the major settings. Then the ad group will move on to that, and then there's the ad. So the ad is either the creative or the ad copy, which is for set ad. So you can create as many ads as possible. Now, what this ad rotation is asking is, do you want us to show the best performing ads, the best performing creative? That means the creative that has gotten the most, that is getting the most impressions or getting the most click-through rates. If you do that, then it will show, it will display the best performing ads to the customers. Or you can decide that, you know what, it doesn't matter whichever one is performing best. Show all the ads, show everything at all times, you know. So just rotate it. That's what is best, that you show best performing ads the most. Now this ad extension. So when we search for when we search for a, so this is my Google search dashboard, Google search, and we search for buy shoes. So these are actually ad extensions. So this is the main ad. This is an ad copy. As you can see, the text is an ad copy. This is the headline. So buy men's shoes online, Obizi Nigerian shopping store. That is an headline. And this is the description. So everything is a fashion show, blah, blah, blah.
How much do you see all the spaghetti? Anybody have any
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't even know.
Okay, I was trying. You fry and be wasting gas, happy.
Okay. I'm trying to mute everybody. Okay.
Wait, please carry on. And I can't hear you well, please.
I'm not sure why I'm unable to mute. I'm not sure why I'm unable to mute.
I think he's muted now. Please let's just carry on.
Okay. Yeah, so I was explaining what site extensions are. So basically, you can add links to other pages on your website with a site extension. So this is a site extension. So this leads to maybe a page on the website that has shoes that are on sale. This leads to top deals on sneakers. This leads to new arrivals. So with site links, you can add links to other pages on your website in one ad copy. There is also the location extension. With a location extension, you can actually add your location. So if you want people to either buy online or visit your physical store, you can add a location extension. That's what we are seeing here in this ad by Ajebo Market. There are also things like call extension. So you can actually add a phone call to your search ad, whereby when people see the ad, they can actually call you to place an order. That's what that is about. Okay, how do I get? Okay, so that's what an ad extension is. So this is a site link. You can use a caller extension to add more information about your business to that search ad, or you can add a call extension. That's a phone number that appears with your search ad, to get people to call you when they see that ad. Now we're going to set up our ad groups. So an ad group is basically, so it's the structure of the campaign, of your campaign, of your campaign dashboard. So you have the campaign level. So the campaign level is where you set up things like your website URL, where you set up your location targeting, where you set up everything that we just set up, our budget, our bid strategy. You set all of that up in your campaign level. Now the ad group is under, so after your campaign, you have the ad group and then you have your ad. So ad group is basically it's a way of creating, you can create different ad groups under a campaign. Is a way to sort of segment the different ads that you have in the campaign. So an example is I sell TVs, but I also sell different brands of TV. I sell LG TV, I sell Sony TV, and maybe I'm really not sure about the brands of TV, and maybe a Panasonic TV, so I can create different ad groups under one campaign for these different brands of TVs. That's what an ad group does. It helps you to segment the different categories of products that you are advertising. And it doesn't have to be based on brand. If say you have maybe it's a clothing store and you sell shirts, you sell dresses, you sell skirts, you can create different ad groups for these different product lines. That's basically what an ad group is. So we're going to go on to create an ad group for LG TV. So LG TV, that's the name of this ad group. And then we have the next thing now is to put in your keywords. I'm not sure why I'm seeing some Arabic here, but I'm going to cancel this. Now, Google has a tool called Keyword Planner that you can actually use to get keywords that people search for on Google the most. Because we are really, really way out of time and we still have the Facebook ads, I won't go into that. But when you come to this section of your dashboard that shows tools and settings, you can see under planning, you can see something that says, you can see the section for Keyword Planner. When you click on Keyword Planner and you put in your business category, the dashboard will basically show you a list of keywords based on relevancy, based on the average monthly searches. So it will show you keywords and tell you how many times people search for this particular keyword in a month. And then you can now download those keywords and include them into your campaign. But from here, you can just put your products categories, television. I guess my laptop is hanging. And then I click get keywords. Now, it has brought out a list of keywords. I didn't even have to type out my keywords. So as you can see, we have LED TV, we have TV, we have flat screen TV, LCD TV. We have all sorts of keywords that are relating to that product. Now you can choose to add more to this list of keywords, but we'll just use this and then move on. So we have created our ad group now. We're going to move on to creating our ad. Now, this is the part where we create the ad that people actually see. So in everything that we've created, none of that's going to be shown to the people searching for our products. It's this ad that will be shown to people when they search using the keywords that we put in our ad group. Now, this is the URL where people are going to land when they click on this ad. And it's shoppershub.seller.ng. Okay, it's advised that when you are putting your URL, you put the entire thing that you get when you put into your search bar on Google. So I'm just going to copy this. So you can see now that it has https://shoppers hub. So please use this URL when putting your final URL. The next thing now is to create our ad. And the first step is to put an headline. So the headline is basically the first line of text in your ad copy. And so it's TV. It should be as catchy as possible. I'm going to put buy TV. At the best price. And we have only 30 characters, so you can't exceed 30 characters. You're supposed to use that 30 characters as best as you can, and you can put as many headlines as you want. But because of time, we're just going to quickly run through this. In your description, you should be as concise and as persuasive as possible. So what are the things that people want to hear when they're buying a TV? They want to hear that it's durable, that it's it's the best brand, that it's affordable, and whatever other information that you think is important to people that are buying TV. So we can say buy the best brand of television or LCD television. If you have warranty, you can add that. 2-year warranty available. you know, and as much information as you possibly can give. You can give the specification, 55 inches, 55 inches, and all the information that you can possibly put there that, you know, will convince people that, you know, you are the best person for them to buy this TV from, and things like that. So you can add multiple lines of descriptions to your ad copy. And then you're also supposed to add a call to action. So after all this information that you're giving them, what do you want them to do? You can say, you can also add perks. So you can say free delivery available and things like that, and end it with a shop now or buy now, you know. But whatever you do, your description should not exceed 90 characters. And once you do that, you're basically good to go. You can click save and continue, and you can create as many ad copies as you want in one ad group. And then you can go back and create multiple ad groups for different TVs. Uh-oh. Okay, sorry, I only put one headline. You're supposed to put multiple headlines. This is an example of how it will show up. So this is 2 headlines for this ad copy. This is also 2 headlines. Free delivery.
Yeah, 2-year warranty should be fine.
Yeah, sorry, my laptop is actually hanging, so everything I'm typing is not showing up.
Free delivery. Okay.
Now our ad has been created. We have one ad. It's usually advisable that you have multiple ads with different ad copies in your ad group, because when you can test out which one works better if you have different options, and then Google will also optimize for you the best performing one. So the one that is getting more clicks would actually be shown more, because there is something about it that people are clicking on it more than the rest. So it's advisable that you have multiple ads set up in your campaign. And that's it. This was a really this was a really fast setup. You're usually supposed to take your time to set up every bit of the setup process. But because we have very, very little time, that's it. The next step is to publish your campaign. I'm just going to publish and show you how they look on your dashboard. So this is basically what your dashboard is going to look like. Now this part shows you your list of keywords, and you can see how much Google is charging you each time your ad shows up for the keyword TV. You can see the amount here. You can see how many clicks that TV keyword is bringing, you can see the click-through rate. Now, the click-through rate is the number of times somebody clicked on your ad divided by the number of times it actually shows up. So you get a high click-through rate when your ad shows up, say, when people are clicking on your ad at a regular frequency. So maybe your ad shows up 1,000 times and 100 people click on it. You get a click-through rate that is higher than when your ad shows up 1,000 times and only 2 people click on it. And here you can see your ads. If you had multiple ads, you actually see all the ads here, and then you can see how many impressions. So impressions is the number of times an ad shows up. So if your ad shows up 5 times, that's 5 impressions. So you can see the number of times your ad shows up, which is the impression. You can see how many times your ad was clicked, and you can see the click-through rate. That's the number of times it was clicked divided by the number of times it showed up. There are so many things. Just our time is really fast spent. But in setting up your campaign, there's something called quality score. So the quality score determines how well your campaign has been set up and how well your keywords relevancy is to your ad. So when you're setting up an ad copy, you should have as many keywords in your ad copy, that's this ad right here, as you do in your keywords. So you should have things like TV in your ad copy, in the headline and in the description. You should have things like LCD TV. That shows that your ad is actually relevant to those keywords. And also, the keywords that you have in your ad should also be seen on your website. So when I go to the website that this campaign is leading me to, I must see text and things that relate to TV. So this tells Google that the ad is actually very relevant to the people that are searching for them. And a number of things would determine whether your ad shows up or not. So things like your quality score, things like your relevancy of your landing page, like your bid. So the thing is, a lot of people are actually bidding for these same keywords. You know, a lot of people have set up campaigns with these keywords. So what Google used to decide whether to show my ad or a competitor's ad is actually your quality score. So if you have a quality score that is about 8/10 and a competitor has a quality score of 5/10, my own ad will be shown above the person that has a 5/10 quality score. It means that your campaign setup, your landing page, your bid, everything has been done properly. That's that about Google search. It's a lot, to be honest, and it really can't be covered in this short time. But I hope that we can see how to set up a Google search campaign, and you can actually set it up by yourself. Is there any questions on this? Hey guys, is there any question?
Question, guys.
On this search campaign? Okay, if not, this call was supposed to end at 12:30. I really hope Zoom doesn't kick us out because our time has been fast spent. But do we also want to go through the Facebook ads? Are we fine with that? Please let me know if we should also go through the Facebook ads, creating a Facebook ads campaign.
Thank you, Wumi. Yes, I would like us to please go through it. Thank you.
Okay. So if anyone wants to leave, it's fine. We know that we've exceeded the time allotted for this call. But then it's all recorded and it will be sent to us after the call.
Yay!
Someone is excited.
That's excellent. I love that.
I am, because I joined in late, so I'll be glad to have a recording so that every part that I missed, I can always go back to it, and I can go back to it while I'm setting up the ad. So if I miss anything, I don't have to be calling only.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, there are other forms of Google Ads that we did not set up, but I mean, search is, as I said, search is the most important. You can always play around the dashboard, you know, to create other kinds of campaigns. But I'll move on very quickly to Facebook ads and see if we can cover this in 10 minutes.
Okay, this is Facebook, right? Yeah.
Sorry?
Facebook ads. Yeah, let's try to cover as fast as possible.
Yes. Okay. So I'd just like to say that if you have a Facebook account, then you most likely have an advertising account. So the way to access your Facebook advertising account is to go to facebook.com/ads manager. This will take you to your advertising account if you've never been there before. Or you can also so in the right panel of your Facebook page, there is a button that you can click, and you can see a drop down where you have your ads manager there. So I'm just going to go right straight into it. Hopefully I can end this soon. This takes a while to open, so okay. So when it comes to your dashboard, you have look for the first time. This is the button. Actually, because a lot of people have payment issues with Facebook, I'm happy to help out if you do have, if your card is being declined and all of that. You can always reach out to me and I can help you resolve it, but I won't go through it here. The issue with that is you most likely will need a dollar card for their account, or you could use one of these virtual cards like a barter card to pay for your ads, one of the two. Okay, so we are waiting for this to load. Great. These are all the kinds of fields that you can create. Awareness is consideration conversion, but obviously we're going to write into conversion because that's the most effective campaign for an email business. Because there's really no time, I won't go into the details of the other forms of Facebook ads. Sorry, I think this is my network. Sorry, I'm not sure if I Wait, okay, now this is basically naming your Shepherd's Call TV sales. Now, just as we saw in the Google ads, where we had ad group after your campaign, you had ad group. It's the same thing with Facebook, so, and it's basically the way to structure your campaign, really, just so that you have things that put in their proper places, just like how you have folders on your laptop, so under every campaign there is also ad sets, just like we have ad group in Google. So in your ad sets, you can use it to segment different things. You can use it to segment your targeting. So you can say, okay, I want this ad to be shown to only women. Maybe if you're creative, if your the image for the campaign has maybe women on it, and then you can create another ad set and name it men, or you can just you basically use ad set to segment different things, from brands to targeting to copies to different things. So we're going to name this ad set LGTV, as we did with Google. Now with Facebook, you can decide where you want your ad to go. It can be a website, it can be an app, it can be your Facebook Messenger, or it can be your WhatsApp. But we're using website because we want to send people to our seller store. And just like we had in Google, there's also a pixel, a line of code that you're supposed to install on your site. And as I mentioned, this feature will be available on Seller very soon. When you install this code on your site, then when you set up your ad, it can now track people that go to your site. But that's not available yet, so we're going to move on. Okay, so I'm just going to move on to the very important things because I do not have time anymore. Now this is where we decide who we want to see our ads. With Facebook, you have so much targeting options. You can target based on so many things. You can target based on custom audience. Now, custom audience is, you can say people that have, if you have a list of, say, people that have visited your Facebook page or your Instagram account, say maybe in the last 1 year or in the last 3 months, you can decide that you want to show your ads to only these people. Now, because this account is new, I do not have those options. But when you create your Facebook account and you have pages that you manage, so okay, I also like to say that to create an ad for your business, you must have a Facebook page. So every ad has to come from a Facebook page, and you have to be an admin on that page as well. This is where we decide who we want to target. So we can say TV. So you can target based on interest, you can target based on demographics, and then you can also target based on location. So this is an interest targeting. We're targeting people that have shown interest in TVs over time. Maybe they've clicked similar ads on Facebook that had to do with TV, or they've visited pages that sell TVs, or they've visited Instagram accounts that sell TVs. This is how Facebook determines interest. So we have TV here. You can pick TV. You can say LCD TV. Also, some things you type in might not show up. That's totally fine. Let's say home theater. Well, there's home cinema, which is kind of related. Televisions, smart TV. These are basically just different targeting metrics. And you can also target based on demographics. So who is the person you want to target? And if you can define a buyer's persona, you can use that to decide who you want to buy. So if, for instance, your buyer's persona says that, oh, my ideal customer is someone that has graduated school, you can say okay, you can say education level. You can pick people that have masters, professional degrees, and you can exclude people that are still in undergrad or still in high school, because I mean, if you notice, sometimes when you have like major milestones, Facebook can ask you what school did you attend and things like that. So that's how they create all this information about people. So you can basically determine the education level of people that you want to see your ads. You can determine, oh, are they well, this only applies to the US, doesn't apply to Nigeria. The income level, I guess they haven't been able to determine that. You can decide, are they people that say they just had their anniversary? Are they married? You can target people that are married, people that are in relationships, people that are working, and things. You can target based on so many demographics, really. You can also target based on behavior. If they're what kind of device do they use, for instance. You can target people that probably use iPhones, tablets, feature phones, and things like that. So there are so many targeting options that you can use. I would advise that you go through as much as you can to determine who you want to target. And as you're picking your targeting metrics, it will show you how many people are so on this right side, you can see audience size. It shows you the potential reach of people. It's usually best that it's somewhere closer to specific, because when it's broad, that's too many people that you're reaching, too many potential people. So it's better that you set up your targeting in a way that it's a bit specific, so that you're not just targeting everybody and anybody. And then you can also determine what age these people are. We can say, oh, to be able to afford the TV that I sell that are from maybe 500K upwards, let's say you should be in your late 20s to your maybe mid 40s, 45. You can decide all of that. You can decide if you want to show your ads to only men or both gender. You decide what location. So all of that is here. You can also save this audience to use another time. So if you don't want to go through the hassle of creating this audience every time, you can save this. You can just put a name, and next time when you're creating another campaign and you're targeting the same people, you can just pick that because you have saved it earlier. The next step is to pick your placement. So placement basically tells you where do you want this ad to show. Do you want it to show on Instagram? Do you want it to show on Facebook? Automatic shows everywhere. Manual is where you decide, take out Facebook, take out Instagram, take out Messenger, take out audience network and things like that. So yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do here. Next step is scheduling. Now you can decide how much. This is where you decide how much you want to spend per day. And also note that whatever you're doing here, on this right side, it starts to predict to you the kind of results you get. So if you put in, now let's try this. Let me increase our daily budget from 3,980 to 30,980. So you can see that our conversion has jumped from, I think it was 3 to 10 before. Now it's 25 to 75. Now with Facebook, your budget is very critical. It is very, very critical. Your budget will decide how many people they show your ads to. It will decide, it will really decide your results. And the thing with conversion-based campaign is that it's quite expensive. So it's different from an awareness campaign where, oh, you just want people to see it. That's pretty easy. You don't have to you don't have to spend so much. You know, the result is really not based on how much you spend, but with a conversion campaign, you have to put in a sufficient budget, because the truth is, when someone sees your campaign and they click on it, it's only a percentage of that click that will actually buy. So what you want to do is ensure that you're getting as many clicks so that you can get a higher percentage of conversion, which is your sales. So your budget is really critical, but of course, it's still left to you. You can still decide how much you want to spend. If 30K is too much for you to start with 10K per day, start with 5K per day. But just keep in mind that your budget, your result is directly related to your budget. So we're going to leave it at 30K here. You can also decide if you want to set an end date, or if you just want to keep running until you go into your dashboard and pause it. But it's advisable that you put an end date, just so that you do not overspend than you intended. So I'm going to put it at 30th of September. So by 30th of September at 12:47, the ad will automatically end by itself, whether you go in there to stop it or not. And note that you can pause your campaign when you want, you can start it, you can restart it when you want, you can stop it when you want. You have all that control. So now we've put a start date and an end date. Now we're going to move on to our ad creation. Now you have put in all the settings, and remember that all of these things are back end. Now at the ad creation stage, this is what people actually get to see. Now they won't see the ad name. That's for you. I'm going to put in, so you can create as many ads as you want actually. So I'm going to put in, so for instance, let's say we have a 55-inch. So I'm going to name this ad 55-inch TV. LCD TV. Now, you know, I had earlier said that to create a Facebook ad, you must have a Facebook page. It is compulsory. You can't create an ad without a Facebook page, and you must have admin access on the Facebook page. It's pretty easy. When you go to the settings, you can see. But if you created the Facebook page yourself, then you automatically have admin access. But if you didn't, you will need the person who created it to give you admin access. So this is where you get to choose. So for instance, I have access to so many pages. I can choose whichever one I want to use. You know, so you pick the page the ad is coming from, and it should be the page for the business. So this page should actually be named Shoppers Hub, because that's the name of the account. That's the name of the business. So you just pick the page. If you have an Instagram account, which should already be linked to the Facebook, you pick the Instagram account as well. And you go on to actually creating the campaign, the ad. Now, there are different types of ads. There's the carousel. So carousel is, I'm sure we all know carousel. There's multiple ads in one. So you can actually scroll. So it's one ad, but you can scroll to see more images. That's what the carousel ad is. There's also the single video or image, and there's a collection, which is it's actually a fancy ad type where you can actually build different ads. So when someone clicks on it, it actually takes over the screen and shows multiple ads. But then to set this up, you need to have Facebook catalog set up for your page. So we're just to stick to the good old single image. And this doesn't mean that it's only one ad. So it's one single image or video in the ad, but you can create multiple ads with different other pictures or videos. So we're going to move on to add the image. So as I said before as well, Facebook works with images, and it is best that your image is as nice as possible, of course, as attractive. You know, that when someone sees it, they actually want to click on it. Make sure it's not blurry. Make sure the text is clear, and make sure you use as little text as possible. So Facebook has a 2080
rule where they want only 20% of text on your image and 80% of image. So when you're designing your creative, make sure that you have as little text on it as is possible. You have other columns where you can put in your headline and a description. So you can put in all the other information in your headline or your description, but on the image itself, ensure that you have as very little text as is possible. I'm trying to open my image, but my internet is shaming me today. So this is meant to open my gallery, and then I can upload a picture for this art. I'm sorry, my internet is not great. Wow. Okay, you know what? Let's just move on because of our time. It's fast spent. So you're meant to select an image here. And this is where I really wish they would show. So that I can show the entire experience of creating this ad. But this is a network issue. Okay, well, that's not working now. So something that you can do, but this is a network issue. You shouldn't have any problems uploading an image. You can also use an existing post on your page. So if you have a Facebook page, you can actually select a post that you've posted on your Facebook page as an organic post and use for the ads. Wow. What's going on? Okay, this guy has refused to work. But anyway, when the image uploads, it shows here, this place where my cursor is, it shows here. And then you can go on to put your text. So this is your primary text. You can say best LCD TV, or I mean, you can put as much description as possible in your primary text, and then you can put in more information, but it's best to leave the information as minimal as possible because, you know, people would most likely not read everything if it's too long. So you can put your text, let's say by LCD TV at affordable price, blah, blah, blah. You can put in what is this? You can put in so when you put in all the information you need, you need to put, you can include things like price, you can include things like if you have free shipping or discount, you know, things that will make people actually want to click that link and purchase. And then the next step is to put in your URL. So we have Shoppers Hub, seller.ng, and that's it. So This is your call to action button. Your call to action button, you have various options. So there is learn more, apply now, book now, contact us. There's shop now. So shop now is the most relevant for this campaign. We're going to pick shop now, and your ad is basically good to go. It is good to go. I'm not sure. I really wish this guy will show up. No, it's showing up. Okay, so this is where you select your image. I need already have on your account. You can from the system. Okay. So now I have an LCD, but I have this picture. This. Now, the recommended dimension for Facebook ad is 1200 by 628. So if you have a graphic designer that's designing your Facebook ad for you, this is creative to send to the person, 1200 by 628, or you can use the Instagram dimension, which is 1080 by 1080. Those are the two creative dimensions for your ad. Okay. Where's my emoji? Okay, well, let me just use this this image of this dress. So of course you're supposed to use the image that relates to the product you're actually advertising. So, but this is just a makeshift. So this is how it shows up. So you can preview for the different views. So you can click one of these places to see how it will look in the different. So this is on mobile newsfeed. This is how your ad will look on mobile newsfeed. This is your URL shown at the bottom of the creative. This is your call to action button by the right hand side, and you can basically view how it will look on Instagram, how it will look on Instagram stories and things like that. You can preview all of that here before you go live. And once you click confirm, your ad will go through an approval process before it's approved and it starts running. That's basically the run through of how to create a conversion-based campaign on Facebook and on Instagram. So it shows up on both Facebook and Instagram. This is a very, very rushed version, but if you have any questions whatsoever when you're setting up your campaign, you can always reach out to me, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wumi. Thank you for your time and for sharing this very practical session with us. If anyone has a question, please let us know. Feel free to reach out to us right now, or if you want to go through the recordings when we send it, then ask questions after that. You can reach out to us via email, and our WhatsApp channels. All right. So for now, if we don't have any questions, we'll probably close for the day.
Thank you guys so much for your time. This recording will be sent to everyone. It will be on our YouTube channel, and the link will be sent to everybody. But if you have questions, please reach out to me. I'm happy to answer your questions and help you with any issues. Thank you.
Guys?
Thank you, Wumi.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Damola.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm looking for, I'll try to do the Facebook ad right away. If I get stuck anywhere, I would either, I think I can see your email address somewhere, or if you would, please leave your email address in the chat box.
All right.
Then
1 second.
My email is wumi@mercury.ng.
wumi@mercury.ng.
Yes. Please look at the chat box for the correct spelling of Mercury.
Okay. Oh yeah, I missed it. Thank you. Okay.
All right.
So if I get stuck anywhere, I'll send you a message. But today is the first of the month. It's a good day to do ads so that people have money to buy what I'm selling.
You run ads frequently because, to be honest, your business cannot survive on organic posting alone. You need to invest some, advertising budget to actually get people to visit your website to know your brand.
What do you think?
So please run ads to your seller account so you can start raking in off. Okay, go on.
What do you think the cost? What do you think that it's okay to spend on ads per time? $10, $5?
So I mean, it's all based on you, really. It's based on the budget that you have to spare. Of course, the more you spend, the better. So I would always advise that you spend more so that you can get good results. Because if you go too low, you are literally just bashing your money away. Because you need to spend at least a particular threshold for your ads to actually bring in good results. So I'll say you start with maybe some $10 or some, $20, $50 upwards like that. But if you can spare, if you have a lot of cash to spare, please spend as much as you possibly can.
Thank you. All right. I'll run through the ads today and get back to you.
All right. I'll be waiting.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, any other questions? Because we're supposed to be by about 33 minutes. That was the question. We would like to thank you for joining us today. That has the content that we share, as well as our next skill seller session. I'll perhaps be dropping we'll perhaps be dropping a form in our emails to get an idea of what other pain points you want us to address. We've heard a lot about running ads, the challenges running ads. If we'd like a specialized session focusing on any particular platform, it'd be nice to know. Or if there are other things that you'd want us to focus on. Also, in the next couple of in the days and weeks to come, we'll be making some announcements about features that we're adding to the seller platform. So just look out in your emails and the WhatsApp community so that I can get that done. With that, I'd like to thank you for joining us today. I wish you all the best in your business and in your day. Have an amazing day and an amazing week. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.